There's some things that I need to talk about. Tell you guys if you're still watching this playthrough. I have failed Reset, and she ended up in a cardboard box living on the street with no house. And so yeah, I failed the game. But it sucks too because I was on the very last week of the game and I would have found out the ending, but I was 400,000 picks short. I had to do a payment that was due on the 36th, and it was 500,000, half a million picks. So yeah, I was 400,000 short, which is quite a bit. And it was because of a few things. I learned a lot on my first playthrough of the game, knowing certain buying and sell points and some tricks that I didn't know about, and I fucked up a few things, but will be my second playthrough of the game. It's like a new game plus kind of thing. And this time I probably won't be doing dungeons, and a lot of it probably won't be shown on YouTube because I want to catch up to where I left off pretty much. Maybe show you guys the last week of the game. And basically what I'm going to do is stay in my new expanded store, and can show you it here. So this is my new store here. And the game does let you keep all of your decorations from your store, and if your store is expanded, I think you can expand your store 3 times in the game if you get your merchant level high enough. I think your merchant level can get up to level 50, your adventurers can get up to level 90 or 99, I think 99. And there's a few dungeons that they're not worth doing though in the game. I found the loot sucks. You don't make much money. It wastes an entire day out on the town when you could be inside just buying and selling a shitload of stuff to customers if you buy the right things and get the right price points and upgrade certain things in your shop. You just make way more cash. I went online because I knew I was gonna fail on the very last week to get some tips and tricks so I could do a lot better on this playthrough. And I have learned a few tricks with regards to vending machines, upgrading merchant levels and whatnot, and which items are best to put in the front window, just like books and food and medicine to attract more customers. So when you do start a new game, you get to keep your merchant level. That's why it says in the bottom left corner, I am level 15 still, which is what I ended and failed the game on. And it only starts with 1,000 picks, so you lose all your money. So I did read that online before, the very last day, and I went and sold. I went and used up all my money, all my reserves, and I bought as much inventory as I could with my 100,000 picks. And so you do get to keep your inventory. That's why my shelves are still stocked full pretty much. So that's really nice for a new game, so you don't have to go out and buy super cheap items and go do a dungeon just to get your store started, or your item shop started. You can just start with the inventory that you've got, and all the customers will start at a higher level too, so they'll have more money to buy and sell things to you. And I guess the characters in the story will be reset, but there's no play on words there, but it's really not a big deal because this game truly, there is almost no story to it. From what I've played, all you do is you meet new characters, and what I find is really satisfying about the game is though, if you enjoy the dungeons, yeah, you can do dungeons all day long. There's actually a dungeon I've read. It's the 5th dungeon, so the dungeon that I got at was the 3rd dungeon, and then there's 30 levels in it, I think, 30 floors. They go by floors, and then you get a boss at the end of it, or every 5 levels, 10 levels, depends on which dungeon you're on. And then there's like a fourth dungeon which I didn't get to, and I got like more characters to use. You get like a magician and like warriors and all this different people. And eventually you do unlock the Arma, the Terminator girl, android girl, or whatever. And you get to use her if you unlock all the other characters and do well, I think, in dungeons. I don't really find the dungeons too satisfying though. So I'm gonna stay in the shop and just make like fucking millions of picks, hopefully, and destroy the end game goal, which is 500,000 picks. And I'll have a really big head start on this playthrough because I started level 15 merchant, and I have, you know, inventory, and I know special tactics to take in this game playthrough. So hopefully I'll be able to show you guys the last week of my playthrough, and I'll be rich, hopefully, and I'll be able to show you the end of the game and find out what happened to Recette's father, and if there's any other plot twists or whatever at the end of the game. And then I'll probably be done with the game. I don't know, like maybe try to get my merchant level to 50, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens though. So I will cut probably to the last week after this video goes out and show you the ending of the game. And hopefully me succeeding, maybe slaying a few dragons or whatever else comes at the end of the game. Maybe my father will come back, or Recette's father will come back, and but probably not, he's probably dead. I don't know. From that picture that they hinted at the beginning of the game. Who knows? So also, yeah, the game starts, you got day 2. After the very first day where it's confusing, you're like in the shop and they haven't even explained the story yet. No tutorial or whatever, so. Yeah, other than that, I've just been keeping up with the Gamescom news and watching the Dota 2 live stream tournament where the winners actually are the teams are gonna get $1 million grand prize from Valve, so that's pretty awesome. And there's like I'm surprised by Valve actually. I just want to talk about Valve is coming out with like Dota 2 now, and like really looks pretty cool from a competitive standpoint. They've really, it kind of looks like a spectator sport now. The whole setup they've got, where they got like the captains choosing the characters and picks and bans and whatever they do for like just the whole team setup. People used to manually have to do when you go to like LAN tourneys and stuff like that, and now it's like Valve is actually talking to the competitive community and making games around them and balancing their games and making them pretty awesome. Valve's a pretty cool company. And I used to play Counter-Strike competitively, and you know, it was revealed this past week that finally, after, I remember back in, it was like 2007 or something, a long time ago, and Gabe Newell posted on like Valve forums or something, and he said, hey guys, like email me and tell me which game you'd like to see next. If you want to see Portal 2, Counter-Strike 2, or Half-Life 2 Episode 3 or whatever. So, you know, the only games that have come out since then, it could have been since 2006 or before, who knows, like, it's been quite a while. And the only game that came out was this year, came out Portal 2, and that's probably one of the most polished games I've ever played. Portal 2 is pretty fucking awesome. The only thing I don't like about it is it was dumbed down for consolers. It was quite easy, and it's kind of short, but I do want to replay that game. It was really fun. Voice acting, everything's so solid in it. It's so fucking good. Music and everything, and it's really fun. I just found it a bit too short, but so Valve also revealed this past week that Counter-Strike 2, it's not really Counter-Strike 2, but it's a competitive take on Counter-Strike by Valve, and it's going to be called Counter-Strike Go. I don't really like that acronym or whatever, but it makes it sound like it's a mobile gaming device or some bullshit, you know, for like your iPhone. Oh, Counter-Strike Go, but it'll be Counter-Strike Global Offensive, I believe is the name of it. And you know, from looking at like Dota 2 and Valve's history, they always make these pretty fucking epic games. And as a competitive player, you know, they should have come out with a competitive Counter-Strike and helped the community out 10 years ago, when Counter-Strike was in like, you know, 1.3, or you know, the old Counter-Strike, which is now in 1.6, and it still gets updated. They just don't come out with new versions of the game. And I used to play like Counter-Strike 1.5. I think I really enjoyed. That was like back in, I don't know, 2000 or something, long time ago. And I think Counter-Strike 1.6 is far superior game to Counter-Strike Source. It pretty much just went on like Steam forums and stuff, and I don't know if they ever looked at other forums, like competitive community forums, but I really doubt it, because all the changes that they would do was for like pub players and pub servers. So they finally are going to be coming out with a new Counter-Strike Go next year. It says Q1 2012, but we'll see what happens about that. So Gamescom's going on right now. The new Borderlands 2, I've seen new screenshots of it. It looks fucking awesome so far. They haven't revealed too much about it, but the story, from what I've read, is pretty cool. I enjoyed the first Borderlands. So Gamescom's looking pretty cool right now. A lot of games being revealed, and I can't wait to see the new Guild Wars 2 footage and updates, what they've done with that game. And they're going to show PvP and have a tournament or something. So that will be pretty awesome. And what else? The new Counter-Strike Go will be shown at Prime PAX or something. I don't know when that is. End of August, the very last week. I don't know. Something like that. So if you haven't checked it out, check out Gamescom, because there's a lot of games being revealed. There's like new Mass Effect 3 trailers, the new SSX, that'll be out in January of 2012. There's so many games. They're showing Star Wars The Old Republic, just tons of different games. It's a pretty huge game convention or whatever that they show. It's like way better than E3 hardware bullshit that they come out with every year. So yeah, go check that out. And then let's get back to Recettear.